comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. Novak Djokovic. I don't even know what there is left to say about that cunt. You can fucking retire a Nick Kyrgios, or you can live long enough to be a Novak Djokovic. The greatest tennis player there has ever been and there ever will be. For me, that title was cemented fucking 2 years ago now, or a year and a half ago at the Olympics, the Paris Olympics 2024, when he bet Carlos Alcaraz 7-6, 7-6 in the gold medal match at that Olympic Games, his final Olympic Games, his last chance to win it. But it wasn't just that win, even though I think he was like 37, a 37-year-old Novak Djokovic reduced the new up-and-coming great Alcaraz to tears over the loss. But it wasn't the match, it was what happened before. 2 years in a row, Alcaraz in 2023 beat Novak Djokovic in the final of Wimbledon. And at the time, that seemed like an anomaly. We were like, all right, this kid's fucking good. Djokovic was a little bit off. He was going for his 25th fucking Grand Slam. Maybe nerves got to him. You know, this kid's an up-and-comer. But then the very next year, 2024, just before the Olympics, again, Alcaraz, Djokovic, both in the final of Wimbledon. And this time, Alcaraz crushed Djokovic so decisively, so emphatically, that there was no doubt this was the changing of the guard, the true changing of the guard. As long as they were both healthy, Novak couldn't compete against this young kid anymore, Alcaraz. You could see it. You could see it in the match. He had no answers. He couldn't stick with him. Alcaraz crushed him, annihilated him. And then a few months later, somehow, even after he was injured as well, somehow Djokovic turns the tables in the Olympic gold medal match and beats Alcaraz, who is going to be probably top 3 all time. He'll definitely be top 5. I think he might kick one of the big 3 out. It could be Fed. But somehow, Djokovic turns the tables, wins that gold medal match, 7-6, 7-6. Alcaraz is distraught, but he did it. I don't know how Djokovic did it. He managed to fucking... I don't know how the fuck he did that, to be honest with you. To go from that Wimbledon loss, that absolute annihilation, he wasn't even competitive, to then fucking winning that gold medal, that was enough for me. I already began loving Djokovic before that. I began loving Djokovic when he refused to take the vaccine and was like, I'm not taking it. I don't give a fuck about my career. Fuck you. I'm like, this cunt's got some balls. I like it. Serbians has some fucking nuts. I didn't initially like him. I was like the rest of the fucking sheep. I was like, who is this cunt trying to fucking take the mantle off my Federer? I didn't even like Nadal at the start either. For me, it's been a progression. I absolutely fucking... Actually, I hated Federer at the start too, because I loved Lleyton Hewitt. I was like, this cunt is fucking amazing. And then I remember when the Lleyton Hewitt era ended, it was when, I think it was the Davis Cup, Roger Federer was up 2-0. It could have been fucking the opposite way around. Anyway, what I remember is Lleyton Hewitt, Roger Federer was up 2-0 in a 5-setter. Lleyton Hewitt came back and won that Davis Cup match. And I think Australia won the Davis Cup that year as well. Well, after that match, Lleyton Hewitt never beat Federer again. And that was the start of Federer's reign. And so I loved Federer after that, and then Nadal came along, and I fucking hated Nadal. But then I started loving Nadal, and then Djokovic came along, and I never really liked the Djok. But now, like, it's impossible to argue that there is any tennis player who even comes close to the greatness of Djokovic. And his win last night, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even fucking matter. He's still the greatest without the win last night against Sinner. But it just puts a fucking stamp on it. And it gives you, like, I was almost in tears. There's something about tennis. I don't know what it is, because just looking at it, you're like, it's such a pussy sport, but they are absolute fucking warriors. Like, the mental toughness you need for tennis, I don't think there's many sports where you need to be as mentally tough as you do tennis. It's every point. You've got to reset. Like, have you played fucking tennis at a tennis court against your drunk mate? As soon as it gets to break point, you're almost 100% going to hit a double fault. Like, you get into your own head and it's going straight into the net. These cunts have to clear out their mind at every point. Like, can you imagine serving against Nadal 6.5 hours into the match, and he's got a match point on your serve, and somehow you've got to clear the slate to serve that. You've got to clear the slate to serve that over the net. Like, that just seems impossible fucking to me. And the margin for error, like, you've still got to go for your shots, no matter the pressure, because if you don't go for your shots, Nadal or Alcaraz or Sinner is just going to blast it past you. I don't know. There's not many fucking sports that still get me as emotional as tennis does. When it's a fucking epic, like last night's was, it's just something else. And fucking Djokovic, what can you say about that cunt? What can you say? Is there, or has there ever been, a mentally tougher athlete than Novak Djokovic? I don't know if there is. The only one I can think that's close is like Serena Williams. She was an absolute fucking mental juggernaut. And then you've got like your Michael Jordans and all that. But you're in like the rarest of rare fucking air. And if not top, no one's above. There's only equals at the top for Djokovic. Anyway, it doesn't even matter what happens in the Australian Open final. Djokovic, he's done it over every era. He's doing it at 38 against kids that are fucking in their prime, 14 years, 16 years younger than him. There's no argument. Even if these kids fucking end up with 30 Grand Slams, there's no argument. Djokovic is still beating you in your prime. If Djokovic was in his prime now, he would have ended these guys' careers like he ended everyone else's careers. Just through the sheer fatigue of knowing you can't beat him. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. At least this will be a fucking nice. It will be nice to watch no matter what. Anyway, long live the king. That'll do for tonight, and I'll see you the fuck later.